Objective number 2, factoring the difference of two squares. The formula for the two squares difference is a squared minus b squared equal a minus b, a plus b. And again, I won't follow the book. I will show you the same ways as we did in the section before. In order to recognize that is that we will only have two terms, which is called binomial. So how do we do that? In problem A, example 2, you will have step number 1 right here and step number 2 right here. So it's missing the number 3, the one in the middle, okay? So the greatest common factor is 1. Then step number 1 is y and y. Step number 2, you recognize that is the perfect square number also. So 10 and 10. Now you multiply inside and outside, you get 10y and 10y. And you notice that we don't have any y term, so that means 0. In order to get 0, we should have plus and minus 10y. So one 10 is plus and the other 10 is minus. And you check again that plus 10 and minus 10 give us negative 100. The greatest common factor in problem B is 1. And we have step 1 is 9x squared. Step number 2 is 16y to the 4th. Now we have two parentheses. To get 9x squared, we have 3x and 3x. To get 16y to the 4th is 4y squared and 4y squared. Now we multiply inside is 12xy squared. Outside is 12xy squared. We don't have the xy squared term. That means we should have 1 plus and 1 minus. And when we have 1 plus and 1 minus for 4y squared, it will give us a negative 16y to the 4th. In example number 3, the problems is getting more difficult than example number 2. So you look at example 3 part A, we notice that the greatest common factor is 2. Then we will factor out the 2. We will get 16x to the 4th minus 1. And we have number 1 for 16x to the 4th and step number 2 for 1. So we do two parentheses. So we get 4x squared and 4x squared 1. So we will have plus 1 and minus 1 because you multiply inside and outside, you have no x squared term. So we should have plus and minus. This problem is not done yet. The reason why is that for this part, we can continue. You may ask me the question, how do we know that we can continue? Let's do this problem and then I will go back and tell you why. So I will bring down the 2 and then I want to factor the 4y squared minus 1 continue. So we have 2x and 2x. It gives us 4x squared and then 1 is 1 and 1. Then you multiply 2x outside, multiply 2x inside. You don't have any x term. Then we do plus 2x and minus 2x. And you may ask me the question that how come you don't try the 4x squared plus 1? I telling you what, the 4x squared plus 1, we cannot go anymore. First of all, let's go back and look at the formula. We only have the formula for the minus. We don't have the formula for the plus because we cannot do it. That's why we don't have a formula. And let's try to do it. You will see that why it doesn't work. So for x squared, you get 2x and 2x, 1 and 1 for 1. So you multiply inside and multiply outside, you get 2x and 2x. Now you don't have no x, so you want to have 0. So that means that we need to do 1 plus and 1 minus. If you do 1 plus and 1 minus, it will give you the answer is minus 1. But look in the problem, it's positive 1, it's not negative 1. Then you say, what about I change this to plus? Then I will have plus for 2x both. It won't give 0, it will give you 4x, and it still does not work, okay? Because we don't have 4x in the middle term. So when you have a plus, we do not have the answer. We just copy down, and that's it. Now the question is, how do I know that for the yellow 4x squared minus 1 that we should go more? You pay attention to the exponent. If you have the exponent is 2 or more, that means 2 up, you need to check your work to see if we should go more or not, okay? You go back to problem A. Look at the y, the exponent is 1, so that's why I did not go more. Look at the exponent for the y, and it is 2. However, the exponent for the x is only 1, so I cannot go more. It have to be both of them, both variables, okay? And for the 1 right here, because it's a number, and you have 1 is a perfect square, so that's why we can go farther.